Hi Fabrice, what are we doing today?
Right, today the first thing we're doing is looking at some of the vegetables we gave out last year and talking about some crops you can still get out of them.
Okay.
So here we got some kale.
Yep.
So this is Tuscan kale, but it will work with any kale. We gave out loads of these plants.
Yep.
And now they're bolting. It's the end of their year. It's coming to the end of their lives, and they're making a really nice big flower shoot. These flower shoots are really, really, really tender and tasty. The way I pick them is I just snap them somewhere where, oops, that's a bit. Snap them where they snap. It's tender. Below
Okay.
where it's snapped, it's left some more buds, which
Yep.
are going to come back and going to look like this. So it's now making your second crop.
Oh yeah, I can see that. And this one's making more than one crop here.
Yeah,
as well.
they shoot back. You'll do this 2 or 3 times. Each time you harvest it, the next set gets a bit weedier. After a while, it's no longer worth bothering with. And then after that, you're probably best off just removing the plants.
Okay, so you can still take the leaves to cook, but the tops are really delicious
Tops
as well.
are really, really top quality. I mean, they're really, really good. It's not like, oh, well, there's nothing else in the veg garden. This is really special.
Okay, great.
Right.
Okay, what next?
Right, another thing is, we gave out loads of spring onions last year, only they weren't really spring onions.
What
They
were they?
were Japanese bunching onions.
Japanese bunching onions. Carry
There's
on.
2 things about those. Firstly, they're starting to make flowering shoots now,
Oh yeah.
which you can eat.
Yeah.
They're edible. If you want, you can let them open up. They'll make a really beautiful white powder puff type flower on top of a swollen stem. You can all eat all of that. Deep fry it, make tempura with it, whatever you want to do.
Wow.
But the plants are also perennial.
So you cut these down and they will keep growing.
They're gonna flower now, and then once they finish flowering, they're gonna start putting up another crop of leaves like last year.
Oh, brilliant.
They're basically chives.
Okay, great. And the third thing we're looking
Right,
at?
the third thing, we're gonna have to walk there.
Carry on. Oh, you're going around here.
Okay, right, so we've got this thing here. This is an exotic cabbage. But it's only here just to show you that the same principle about flowering works, the same thing about these eating the flower shoots works for this
Yeah.
thing too.
Okay, great. I
So
can see
here
the
there was
tops.
a big shoot there we broke out like a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
And it's made loads of broccolis all the way around. Again, snap them off where it's tender.
brilliant.
These are really, really nice.
Excellent.
Really, really tasty.
Okay, and how long has this plant been in the ground? It's
About 3
huge.
years.
And it just grows
Yeah.
year on year.
Cabbages originally were perennial. Kale was perennial. I think it was Victorians bred bienniality into them.
Okay, and you said that the Germans now make them round.
Well, the Germans have been making round-headed cabbages for about 1,000 years, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Fabrice.
Bunch of supper.
Bunch for supper. Thank you. Are we finished on this one now, or are you going to show us one
We've got
more?
to do the next one indoors.
Okay. Ah,
Here we've got some perpetual spinach. These plants are looking really big because they were dug up from outside and transplanted indoors.
okay.
So they're making a really heavy early crop. However, if you look at this one, it's starting to make a flowering shoot.
Yep.
Now you've got 2 choices with that. You can either just snap the flowering shoot out. When it's young like that, it's really tender and worth eating.
Okay.
It'll immediately start making more flowering shoots, which you can then harvest again. Or, what you can also do is, if you've got the room, probably not a good idea for a container, but if it's in the garden or somewhere, you've got some space, you can let a few of these plants grow into really, really big seeding plants. By the time they finish seeding, they're going to be yay high,
Wow.
and they'll be covered in little catkins, like the young flowers, which taste absolutely delicious. So they're a mix sort of halfway between spinach and quinoa. They've got real nutty flavour to them. This is the quinoa relative.
Oh, is
it
it?
the quinoa relative? I may have got that one completely wrong.
But they're
Yeah.
delicious.
They're really nice, yeah.
Okay. Brilliant.
And, yeah, it's a quinoa relative.
Okay, that's our flowering veg.
That's your flowering veg.
Thank you.
Right, now it's flowering herb.